All right, we're on hole number 9 of the Monster Marsh tournament. We're in Monday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Let's go to Golf Clash Notebook and check it out. This is hole number 9 of the Sunshine Glades. All right. So there's really only 2 ways to go about it. Okay. In one-on-one play, you'll see a lot where we end up playing out here because it doesn't take a monster ball. You can come out here with a marlin, a white ball. You can do a little bit of overpower depending on which way the wind's blowing, and you can try and eke yourself up into this area. It is a monster drive to get from here to here. And you definitely, if you're taking this shot right here, you're going to use an extra mile and a big dog. And a big dog is a great club. It doesn't have ball guide, and its accuracy kind of blows when it's lower level, but it's got great curl, it's got great distance, it's got all that stuff. If you have a big dog in your bag, in my opinion, you need to bring a Titan. You need to bring a 3-power ball. Okay, you brought the big dog because distance is an issue. So you can enhance your big dog by bringing a bigger ball. Okay, so this is the first shot. This is a shot that we're going to take in one-on-one all the time just to get on to get try and get our eagle and go home. If you take your shot here and you're going from this tee box and you draw your arc, okay, and this is everything that you can get in a big dog, then that means that if you were out here on this little spigot right here, that's about as, that's the only spot out here that you could try and come in if you had a big dog to try and come in towards the green. And you know, this may be, it's not, I think you probably have to do some, if you had a big dog, you may not have to do any overpower, but it's going to be a tough shot. So if you're laying up out here, this is the only spot that you can really use. What's up, Daisy girl? My goal is to try and get over to this fairway right here. Now when you're looking at this fairway, you have 2 choices. You can try and get every single thing that you can possibly get on it. Bring out the biggest stuff to try and get as far as you can up here so that you're closing the distance to the hole. But the closer you get in closing the distance to the hole, okay, so you're here, you're engaging the green from here. So you only have from here to the pin. So you're going to have to stop yourself really quick coming in. So you probably need something with some backspin. You're really kind of taking this shot out because now you're going to have to add either so much side spin or so much curl in order to bring it back around to the hole that your only shot here is that you're going to land somewhere in this area and try and stop it when it gets to the cup. I'm going to try and get this bush. I'm going to try and get somewhere out here so that my line is right with that bush. And the whole goal is that when I take this shot coming into the cup, I don't have to use any side spin. If I don't have to use any side spin at all, that tells me I hit my mark. And if you're right past where that bush is at, you can pretty much hit a straight in shot going to the cup and you don't have to use any side spin. So I'm kind of like laying up right here. And center's fine as long as I'm just past that. Now you could be a little short of it, but that's kind of like my target area. When I land and it turns around and it shows me the green, I want to be right up against the edge of that. So I don't need to get every single thing on it, but I definitely want to bring, we're on a par 5, we definitely want to bring a bigger ball. And I want to bring this bag right here. I want to bring my extra mile. I want to come at it with my Viper because I've closed some distance off to the green, and I can bring a Titan because I'm setting myself up for a shot that doesn't take a lot of side spin. And the Titan's going to help me so that if I have to use a little bit of the wind, the Titan's taking less of the wind out. Still working on clubs. Opening up a chest. Getting another one started. And so the goal here is to bring out my extra mile and my Titan, end up where I want to end up, and put the ball in the hole with my Viper and get an Albie. And I think with upper or lower developed stuff, having a shot that's straight in where you don't have to use any side spin, especially if you got upper developed stuff, and you can do this with a sniper where you've got really good ball guide. Now big top roll we're good out here because you can try and feed it through, but You really can't come out straight and try and get it to come this way. That's not, you're going to end up somewhere out here trying not to bleed into that rough. But if you end up in the sand or you end up in the rough over there, you are sunk. Let's see if my opponent got the distance right. And they did not. I'm not a big fan of leaving the wind in when you terminate into a rough area. Like if the fairway kept going there, then like leaving that wind in would be fine. So like here, the fairway keeps going forward, so I can leave that wind in, and the wind's going to push me forward about 2 rings. And I hit it great to the left, which is going to put me either in the rough up there or so close I'm going to cry. As long as it bleeds out. And it didn't. So now I'm sunk. So me and my opponent are both in big trouble. Now the way to set that shot up so that I limit my chances of having that happen in the future if I hit a great to the left, as weird as this may sound, is to start off a little bit more to the left. Just a little. And always put just a little bit of right-hand sides or right-hand curl. Because when the ball makes its first bounce, the curl engages, and it will always bring me more. It'll always bring me out here. So even if I hit it farther to the left, can I get over from there? Not a chance. I could with some overpower, but I'm going to have to try and salvage it. So let's give myself a great opportunity here. See if I can get up there in my kingfisher range. I can salvage this. Yeah, that's going to be long iron range. Maybe. It's going to be close. Hammerhead's a great club. You're going to get a hammerhead and you're going to use it for a bit. It's kind of like it starts off as the idea of what your sniper is going to develop into. So it becomes a great utility club for you. It's got some distance, it's got some accuracy, it's got some ball guide, it's got some curl, it's got a lot of those things that you've been missing up until the point where you got that hammerhead. And you're going to use that hammerhead because you're going to get club cards for your hammerhead very, very slowly. And then you're going to get a sniper, and it's going to go up in levels really quick because it's a common card. Okay, so I am in my kingfisher. I'm right at max, pretty close. Where's min? Yeah, so I'm towards max. Let's put some backspin on it. Kingfisher is 1.2 per ring. Let's get right up on the cup. .2, that's 3/6, so we're 2 3/4 rings. Need to hit perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look to recover. Ha 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 ha. Little too much backspin. Close. Close. So to me, this is a total epic fail because the deal is that on every single hole there's a shot, and on this hole the goal is eagle. And if you don't walk away from this hole with an eagle, it doesn't matter if you picked up 6 other shots on other holes. This hole's goal is an eagle, and you have to shoot the minimum on each hole. So I did pick up a shot on hole number 4. But picking up a shot on a hole and then turning around and dropping it on another hole is not the way that you want to be playing this game if you want to be successful. So setting that shot up so that I don't end up in the rough, and taking the necessary steps so that in the future, if I hit a grate to the left or the right, I'm still in the clear. I'm going to change my shot setup so that I make it so that if I hit a grate to the left, the odds are I'm still going to end up in the fairway. And as soon as we get done with this shootout, I'll go into Golf Clash Notebook and I'll show you what I'm going to do to set that shot up. Because I absolutely can't stand it when I drop a shot on a hole, especially a hole like that. That's a super easy eagle hole. You cannot afford to do that, especially when you're in lower level, when you've got lower level stuff. The whole goal is to shoot the -12 and then give yourself a shot on every hole. So I should have had a shot there for an Albie, and I took that out of play. Let's see if we can beat that. Some of these holes I haven't played with lower level stuff in so long I can't remember how to play them, so I'm having to relearn. .28. It's 1.9, so that leaves me, it's about a ring and a half. Max curl. Isn't it perfect? And that's the same thing I did in the thing. I put too much side spin on there. I need to take off. I need, instead of putting max side spin, I need to put about 2 or 3 bars less. Good game. Good luck in the tournament. Alright, so the -12 is the minimum score, but I should have, I dropped that shot on that hole right there, and that cost me. That -13 coming in with tiebreakers is huge. So if you shoot the -12, -24, -24 going into the weekend round, you're going to have a pretty good finish. You're probably looking at a top 20. But your goal is to set yourself up on every hole to pick up a shot, and when you pick up that shot, you cannot afford to lose it. So here was the epic fail. Extra mile bouncing here, just using the wind, not enough topspin to get me over, but using that wind, which was blowing in this direction, to pick up the extra distance to get over. I shot on your needle. So here's where your ball's at. On my needle, I didn't do any curl this way. I didn't do any curl this way. I didn't do any side spin on the ball other than just to kind of straighten it out down here. And I'm hitting it straight forward. So when it hits this first bounce, okay, if you're off to the left, you're off to the left, and you've done nothing to bring the ball over to the right. And you've got a lot of fairway here. And we're not trying to bleed out so far out here that we're, this rough is a little bit into play, but I'm not trying to get that much distance. My shot to the green is right in this area right here. So I'm not really putting this rough into play. I'm trying to get to right to this spot. So I have tons of room on the right hand side. So instead of lining my shot up where I'm dead center in the middle, and when it hits here, if you hit it great to the left, bam, you're in the rough like I was. If I hit it great to the right, bam, I'm out here and I'm in the clear. I got plenty of room on the right. So what I'm going to do on that shot is I'm going to take the distance that I was out here on my ball guide, and I'm going to split that distance in half. So I'm going to take half the distance between the rough and where I landed, and I'm going to line my shot up on that. And I'm going to put on a little teeny bit of curl. Like sometimes I'll say we're going to put on a little bit of curl just to bring ourselves back to the fairway. So when I'm in my shot setup, I'm going to do a little bit of curl, not a lot, but a little. Maybe rubbing the ball up against the outside of the ring set, just a little bit of curl, so that if I hit a great to the left, the curl's not really going to play a factor. You're not going to see it come into action until after it hits in the first spot. So a great to the left here is going to put me off in this direction, but if I had that curl on it, it's going to bring me back towards the center of the fairway. And if I hit a great to the right, it's going to bring me back over here. But I'm not trying to get so much distance that I'm really putting this rough into play. So I'm going to split the difference here and add on a little bit of curl just so that I can bring my ball, try and keep my ball. If you have any kind of action going to the right, the ball's going to want to tend to go to the right. But if you're not putting any movement on it at all and you're just hitting a straightforward shot, anytime you hit a great to the left or the right, that's going to be, you're going to see that. It's going to be pronounced. There, I did nothing in my shot to help me if I hit a great to the left to help me get out of that rough. The only thing that would have helped me is if I had enough distance to where I actually blew through the rough and then dribbled out on the other side. But I did nothing in my shot because I was straight forward. I didn't have any curl on. I didn't have any movement. I was just going straight forward. If I hit it great to the left, it's going to end up going great to the left, and it's going to stay great to the left. There was nothing in the shot that would help pull me back to the right. And we want our shot to be on the right-hand side. So the next time I take that with that lower level account, I'm going to split that difference and put a little bit of curl on it so that if I do hit a great to the left, I'll be able to pull my ball out of that rough and stay out in the fairway. Because you don't want to epic fail on this. You want that Albie shot. And this is a super easy eagle hole, and we want that Albie shot. We need to get that extra shot on. We want to get that shot on every single hole that helps us try and pick up a shot, not drop a shot like I did just there. Epic fail. Epic. Could have been worse. At least I had a great shot coming in with my Kingfisher, and I gave myself a look at it, but you can't drop shots like that, especially not on that hole. All right, that was hole number 9 of the Monster Marsh tournament in Monday's qualifying round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.